Hey guys, we are, I think so, in Poconos, Pennsylvania, or somewhere near there, because we just drove 15 minutes from Trapdoors and we landed in Big Screen Escapes. They're brand new, so they have 2 rooms right now with 1 upcoming. We're going to go in and get a quick peek on what they have. Let's go. Also, if you're here, it's very easy because they have tons of parking in the back.
What's going on, everybody? Brandon from ESCAPETHEROOMers. We're in Mount Pocono, Pennsylvania, and we're at Big Screen Escapes. You see the really cool t-shirts that they have on as well. And I'm with Pete. How are you?
Good, how are you?
And Matt, how are you?
Good.
They're the owners of the company, and we're going to ask a couple of questions to get to know them a little bit better and also their company. All right, so first question for you is, if somebody wanted to come and try your game, like, which would you recommend in terms of like difficulty level, like Trapped or what is this, Nuclear Family? Which one would you recommend for a beginner, and which one would you recommend for like an enthusiast?
Well, for both rooms are probably about the same kind of difficulty level, but they're a little bit different. Our Trapped in 88 room has got more locks to do, and our Nuclear Family has less locks, but a little more to do with each clue that you get.
Gotcha. What about you?
Yeah, I would agree. There's the challenge in Trapped in 88 is just the number of steps that you have to accomplish, but we also recommend it for, like, you know, large party groups and stuff like that, because people just it's a fun room. Whereas Nuclear Family, it's fun, but there are less, like Pete was saying, there's less puzzles, but they take longer to solve, more teamwork, it's a little bit more difficult.
Gotcha. I feel like Trapped, probably you can divide and conquer more. This one might be a little more linear. We haven't played yet, so I'm making a guess.
Yeah, the 80s room, Trapped in 88, I would probably recommend that for beginners, because while there are challenging locks to do, it's got a good 80s vibe, and the 80s, it's a party, so people like to have fun, and that's where we see the families getting along and the friends laughing and everything, and we have music that kind of helps them along too, so that's what I would recommend.
Great. So you guys are a fairly new company. I think you have a third one on the way. What is the name of that one? Can you tell us a little bit about that one?
I'll default to you on that. That's his masterpiece.
This is Solitude, where it is set in modern times, but the actual setting, the decor inside is set from the 70s. So it kind of goes with our theme of going with period pieces, and it's we haven't fully fleshed out the storyline, but the basic idea is you're stuck in a snowstorm, you find this cabin, you have a mystery to unsolve in order to escape before the rescue helicopters leave. So it's kind of another step forward for us, because we started with kind of like the basic Gen 1 kind of room, and we're slowly inching up as we learn the game and see what people like, and tweak our own style and find our own way.
Right, and then that would be your third room. Do you have room for a fourth room, or is that maxed out?
That will max out this space. I mean, the way it's going, we're always looking to expand now, so.
You guys should subscribe to the website so you'll be updated on the new stuff. So what were some challenging obstacles that you faced while developing these two rooms? Because I believe it was at the same time, right?
Yeah. Probably the most challenging thing is because we built these from scratch. It's, you know, you have these ideas and you put it together and you hope it makes sense when people actually try them out.
Right.
Because I know there's a whole bunch of other prefabricated stuff that you can buy and everything. And kudos to my brother here. He did most of the technical work on it. But even that first 2 weeks, up to like first 2 months of watching people do what we created and see if it actually makes sense. Because it sounds good when you talk about it and you're playing along by yourself. But when you get a group of 8 people in there and you're biting your nails and hoping it just makes sense and they have a good time with it. So that was very challenging.
Gotcha. Another question we have, it's kind of we get a lot of different responses. What are some funny things that you've seen your players do in the rooms? Like you've seen them on camera or just heard about, like what's some stories you have?
I was thinking about this question. It's fun in the 80s room because it is set in a teenage girl's bedroom to watch unwitting bachelor parties walk in there. Not realizing they're going into a teenage girl's bedroom.
Right.
So when you tell them the storyline, they all kind of like, all right, Billy, why'd you sign us up for this? But those are the ones who get the most competitive once they get in there, and they're like, all right, we're going to find out who she's taking to the prom. We're going to figure this out, boys. Let's go. I think the only other, we tell some other stories about, like, it's interesting to watch couples go in there sometimes and see, we can kind of tell how their relationship is going to work out based on how they perform or how they cooperate or don't cooperate. I think we've ended maybe 2 relationships.
Oh man!
And we're looking forward. I'm looking forward to the day when we actually have like an engagement in the room because I think we've also strengthened some relationships.
Right. If they can stand the test of time, 60 minutes in a room, and get along when they come out.
Yeah, especially. Yeah.
All right. What about you? Any funny stories? Or?
Well, I actually just had one last night.
Okay.
Before the customers or guests come into one of our rooms, we tell them how to use the locks and what they're kind of looking for. In one of our rooms, we talk about notes, our 80s themed room, because you're back in the 80s, you don't have cell phones or social media, and how you pass a message to one of your friends. And they usually respond with the customer saying, notes.
Yeah.
Well, the one guy said to me, dead straight, just looked at me and said, with a bird. And he said, we tie a note to the bird and the bird does it. And I was waiting for him to laugh. And he didn't laugh at all. And the other friend said, oh, excuse me, he means that.
Right.
So it's just the engagement that we have with our customers. It's always fun to see what they're going to come up with and say.
I think he was thinking it was a Harry Potter room or something, sending Hedwig back to like a message to somebody. Another question we have is, due to the pandemic, what are some changes that you have made in order to adjust and also to accommodate, like making customers comfortable? Is it cleaning? Is it like what are some of the things that you had to implement?
Well, we were born in the pandemic here. We started in November, and I don't want to say we were on the tail end of it, but we were through the summer when everybody was kind of already used to procedures. So we had already decided when we started that the rooms were always going to be private, even pandemic or not pandemic. We did the experience with multiple groups. We didn't like it as much. We're a small place. We kind of like the more cozier boutique feel of our place here. So we decided to go with that right off the bat. Then we standard. We did the temperature checks. We paced out our bookings so that way we didn't have a mass of people here. We kind of if we have a group coming in, we have another group finishing, we try to keep them in the room to try to pace it out so that try to keep everybody separate.
Gotcha.
Temperature checks, like we said, we try to make the temperature checks fun.
Yeah.
I mean, lately we've been, jokingly guessing what their Harry Potter house would be. So the ones who get Slytherin are usually not happy. But, we wash down all the rooms. We have the hand sanitizer everywhere, waivers, the whole deal. So.
Great, great. So I think you guys have played escape rooms before. Is there any ones that you want to give a shout out to? Ones that were memorable? It doesn't have to be your favorite. That might take a while to think about. Just one that stood out for you if you want to just give a shout out.
I would say probably our neighbors down in Stroudsburg, Clues. The reason why that sticks out, it's the first one that we've ever done together.
Okay.
And that's what kind of started the process for us.
Did you do Moonshine? Or which one did you?
No, we did the
Mad Scientist.
Yeah, Mad Scientist, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, and we did that, with our kids and wife and everything. So that was probably the one that sticks out the most.
All right. Same one, or you have a different one?
Yeah, I would agree. Like, again, that was a really great experience because like our kids got to do it with us too.
Yeah.
I wish I could remember the one in the name in Myrtle Beach. Not Myrtle Beach.
Ocean City, Maryland. Yeah. I'll find it. I'll put it right here somewhere.
Ocean City. Yeah, or put here lower third right here. Captain Ocean City. Just because that was the one where I sat with the owner afterwards, kind of just talking with them, and he explained how he got into starting his own escape room business, and that planted the seed that it kept itching me until we actually finally started this place.
All right, well, there you have it. Big Screen Escapes, come check them out. In Mount Pocono, Pennsylvania, they have 2 rooms. Third one is on the way. ETA on the third one?
Testing starts this weekend. Tweaks, so by mid-June we'll start a soft open and start having the game out.
All right. Well, don't forget to like and subscribe our YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram. You'll know what we thought of the room. We also get a sneak peek of what you can expect from the lobby area once you walk inside the room, and you won't be disappointed when you come to Big Screen Escapes. Peace.
Thank you.
Good luck. Yeah, InvAsian. Oh, let's go. Locked in, 60 minutes to escape. Think before you move, there's no room for mistakes.